In the cold, dark expanse of space, the research vessel Horizon Explorer drifted silently. Dr. Elena Rodriguez sat at her station, her eyes fixed on the complex holographic displays that flickered with streams of quantum data. The ship's interior hummed with the soft sounds of advanced technology, a testament to human engineering. Outside the reinforced windows, stars twinkled like distant diamonds against the absolute blackness. Elena adjusted her neural interface, scanning distant signal, patterns that most human ears and eyes would never detect. She was different, a researcher who had spent years studying the intricate communication networks of potential alien civilizations. The ship carried a small crew of 12 researchers, each specialized in various fields of interstellar exploration. They had been mapping unexplored regions of the Orion sector, collecting data that could potentially change humanity's understanding of the universe. Nobody expected what was about to happen. Without warning, massive alien warships materialized from hyperspace. Their metallic hulls were unlike anything humans had encountered before, sharp, angular, and designed with a brutality that spoke of pure military purpose. The Kralton ships moved with incredible precision, surrounding the Horizon Explorer in a matter of seconds. Elena's first reaction was not fear, but pure scientific curiosity. Her hand moved instinctively to her communication panel, initiating a hidden recording protocol that would transmit critical data regardless of what happened next. Years of training had prepared her for unexpected encounters. The alien ships began their assault. Plasma weapons erupted from their weapon systems, cutting through the research vessel's defensive shields with terrifying efficiency. Alarms blared throughout the ship, red warning lights casting an ominous glow on the faces of the crew. Captain Michael Roberts shouted orders, trying to activate emergency escape protocols. But the Kralton ships were too fast, too precise. Within moments, critical systems began to fail. The ship's hull started to crack under the intense bombardment. Elena knew they had seconds left. Her fingers moved across the neural interface with lightning speed, encoding critical research data and her observations about the attacking ships. She understood that even if she died, her information might save future human explorers. The crew scrambled, some trying to reach emergency escape pods, others attempting to maintain critical systems. But the Kralton showed no mercy. Their weapons were designed to completely obliterate their target, leaving nothing but scattered molecular debris. In her final moments, Elena activated a complex survival protocol, a sophisticated backup system she had personally designed. It was more than just a data transmission. It was a seed of potential revenge, a technological legacy that would survive her physical destruction. As the Horizon Explorer broke apart, Elena's final thoughts were not of fear, but of determination. She had spent her entire career preparing for the unknown, and even in death, she would ensure that humanity would learn from this moment. The alien ships watched as the research vessel disintegrated, believing they had completely eliminated the human threat. They could not see the microscopic data packages embedded in the radiation and debris, packages that would carry a message of human resilience across light years. What the Kralton didn't realize was that Dr. Elena Rodriguez was more than just a researcher. She was a strategist, a survivor, and now, unknowingly, the architect of a response that would reshape the understanding of human technological capabilities. The vast emptiness of space seemed to pause, holding its breath. Scattered pieces of the Horizon Explorer drifted silently, carrying with them the first sparks of a conflict that would soon engulf entire star systems. Somewhere, in the complex data streams that now floated through space, Elena's final message waited. A message that would remind the Kralton and every other potential alien threat that humanity was not a species to be underestimated. The attack was complete. The research vessel was gone. But the true story was just beginning. The moment the encrypted transmission from the Horizon Explorer reached Earth's defense headquarters, everything changed. Captain Hyun Park studied the fragmented data with intense concentration, his experienced eyes scanning every pixel of information. The transmission was unlike anything military intelligence had seen before, hidden within the quantum-encoded signals. were complex algorithms, technological signatures, and precise coordinates of the alien attackers. Dr. Yu Sung, the lead technical analyst, worked tirelessly to decode the intricate layers of information left behind by Dr. Elena Rodriguez. "This is more than just a distress signal," Yu muttered, his fingers dancing across holographic interfaces. Computer screens filled with complex mathematical patterns and alien technological blueprints. Each decoded segment revealed another layer of the Kralton's military capabilities. Military Command converted an entire underground facility into a strategic preparation center. Hundreds of scientists, engineers, and military specialists worked in absolute secrecy. They understood that this was humanity's first direct contact with a potentially hostile alien civilization. The data Elena had transmitted was her ultimate gift. She had embedded microscopic tracking algorithms within the transmission, digital breadcrumbs that could penetrate alien technological systems. These weren't just coordinates. They were potential weapons waiting to be activated. Military. Researchers began developing a specialized nanite system. These microscopic machines would be designed to infiltrate and destroy alien infrastructure from within. Dr. Park's team worked around the clock, converting Elena's research into a potential weapon of total systemic destruction. Satellite networks across Earth were reconfigured. Communication systems were upgraded. Every available resource was channeled into understanding and preparing for potential alien retaliation. The world's governments, for the first time in human history, worked with unprecedented unity. Special, military units were trained in advanced technological warfare. They studied every fragment of data, every potential weakness in the alien technological systems. Soldiers learned to think like quantum computers, to understand communication patterns that went beyond traditional military strategy. Commander J. Kim led the specialized response team. He understood that this wasn't just about revenge. It was about sending a message. Humanity would not be a passive victim. They would become a force that could defend themselves against unexpected threats. The nanite technology developed was revolutionary. Unlike traditional weapons, these microscopic machines could infiltrate technological and biological systems. They could disrupt communication networks, destroy infrastructure, and potentially cause complete systemic collapse. Advanced drone carriers were constructed in secret underground facilities. These weren't ordinary military vehicles. They were designed to carry the nanite payload across vast distances, capable of penetrating the most advanced alien defensive systems. Every scientist, every soldier understood the stakes. This was humanity's first true test against an alien civilization that had shown nothing but pure aggression. The research from the Horizon Explorer would become their primary weapon. Days turned into weeks. Preparation continued with military precision. The nanite systems were tested, refined, and prepared for deployment. Computer simulations ran countless scenarios, ensuring that humanity's response would be total and complete. Dr. Yu Sung made a critical breakthrough. By analyzing the alien transmission frequencies, he developed a method to make the nanite payload almost undetectable. The Kralton would never see the attack coming. Military strategists mapped potential attack routes. They used Elena's final transmission to understand the exact location of the alien fleet. Every detail was studied, every potential scenario calculated, with mathematical precision. The world waited, not in fear but in quiet determination. Humanity had been attacked, and now they would respond. The preparation was silent, methodical, and absolutely ruthless. Commander J. Kim looked at the final simulation results. A slight smile crossed his face. The Kralton believed they had eliminated a simple research vessel. They had no idea what was coming. "Prepare the launch sequence," he ordered quietly. The nanite carriers were ready. Humanity's response was about to begin. The first phase of the attack began silently. Specialized drone carriers launched from Earth's most advanced hidden facilities, their exterior designed to blend perfectly with the cosmic background radiation. Commander J. Kim watched the holographic displays, tracking each drone's precise trajectory. Each carrier contained a payload of microscopic nanites, technological weapons more advanced than anything the Kralton could imagine. These weren't ordinary machines. They were intelligent, adaptive systems designed to infiltrate and destroy from within. The drones moved through space with impossible precision. They used quantum navigation techniques that made them virtually undetectable. The Kralton tracking systems, advanced as they were, could not identify these incoming threats. First contact happened in the outer regions of the Alien Confederation's territory. The nanites began their infiltration, spreading through communication networks like an invisible plague. They didn't destroy immediately. Instead, they studied, learned, and prepared. Inside the Kralton Central Command, technicians first noticed something was wrong when minor system glitches began appearing. Communication relays would momentarily freeze. Navigation systems would show brief, unexplained interruptions. But nothing seemed seriously wrong. Dr. Yu Sung had designed the nanites to be patient. They moved slowly, creating microscopic changes that would be impossible to detect until it was too late. Each nanite was a tiny computer, capable of independent decision-making and adaptive strategy. The infiltration went deeper. Technological systems began to change subtly. Defense networks started showing unexpected vulnerabilities. Communication channels developed unexplained blind spots. The Kralton engineers worked frantically to understand what was happening. Critical infrastructure began to fail. Power systems in major alien cities would flicker unexpectedly. Transportation networks developed mysterious malfunctions. But the changes were so gradual that no immediate threat was recognized. Commander J. Kim monitored everything from Earth. Each nanite reported back through a quantum communication network that was virtually undetectable. The revenge was precise, calculated, and completely invisible. The Kralton leadership began to panic as systems started to fail more dramatically. Entire communication networks would go dark for minutes. Defense systems would suddenly become unreliable. But they couldn't find the source of the problem. What they didn't understand was that the nanites were doing more than just destroying. They were learning. Every system they touched, they analyzed. Every piece of technology they infiltrated, they understood completely. Research facilities across the Kralton Confederation began experiencing total system failures. Complex scientific equipment would suddenly become useless. Advanced technological systems would simply stop working. No amount of repair could fix the mysterious problems. The nanites moved like a cancer through alien technology. They didn't just destroy. They transformed. Each system they touched became a potential weapon against the Kralton Confederation. Military databases, communication networks, power grids, all became potential points of total collapse. Alien scientists worked frantically to understand the technological plague. But for every solution they developed, the nanites had already adapted. It was like fighting an enemy that could think, learn, and change faster than any biological intelligence. Military command centers began to fail. Communication between ships and ground facilities became impossible. The Kralton found themselves blind, deaf, and increasingly helpless against an enemy they couldn't see or understand. The most terrifying aspect was the precision. This wasn't random destruction. This was a calculated, intelligent attack designed to completely dismantle their entire technological civilization. Each system was carefully chosen, each failure perfectly timed. Commander J. Kim watched the final stages of the attack. The nanites had done more than destroy. They had sent a message. Humanity was not a species to be trifled with. They were not a simple research vessel to be eliminated. As the Kralton Confederation began to collapse, a single transmission was sent. A simple message that would be found in the ruins of their technological civilization. You should have left us alone. The technological revenge was complete. Humanity had spoken. The collapse began slowly, almost imperceptibly. Within the Kralton Confederation's Central Command, technicians first noticed something was wrong when their primary communication systems started to glitch. Small interruptions, tiny moments of silence. Nothing seemed seriously dangerous at first. Senior Commander Varak watched the first system failures with growing concern. Communication networks between military outposts began to develop unexpected blind spots. Ships in deep space reported strange interference. But no one understood the true nature of the threat. Nanites moved through technological systems like a silent cancer. They didn't destroy immediately. They transformed. Each system they touched became subtly different, weaker, more vulnerable. The Kralton had no idea what was happening. Power grids in major alien cities began to fail. First, it was just momentary blackouts, then longer interruptions. Critical infrastructure started to break down. Transportation networks developed mysterious malfunctions. Military communication channels became unreliable. Dr. Yu Sung's design was perfect. The nanites were more than just destructive machines. They were intelligent systems that could learn, adapt, and completely understand alien technology from within. Each nanite was a tiny computer with one purpose: total system destruction. The first major collapse happened in the Kralton's primary research facility. Entire research databases became corrupted. Advanced scientific equipment simply stopped working. Computers that once controlled complex experiments now displayed nothing but meaningless code. Military command centers went dark one by one. Communication between ships became impossible. The Confederation found itself blind, unable to coordinate any kind of defense. Each system they tried to repair only became more damaged. Commander J. Kim watched from Earth as the systematic destruction unfolded. The nanites moved with mathematical precision. They didn't just destroy, they transformed entire technological ecosystems. Each system became a potential weapon against the Kralton. Alien scientists worked frantically to understand the technological plague. They developed solutions, but the nanites were always one step ahead. It was like fighting an enemy that could think and change faster than any biological intelligence could comprehend. The collapse accelerated. Transportation networks failed completely. Ships became stranded in space. Communication between different parts of the Confederation became impossible. What was once a powerful civilization began to crumble from within. Critical infrastructure disappeared first. Power systems, communication networks, transportation grids. Each system became a silent tomb of technological failure. The Kralton watched in horror as everything they had built simply stopped working. Military defense systems were the next to go. Weapon platforms became useless. Defensive shields collapsed. Ships found themselves completely vulnerable, unable to communicate or defend themselves. The Confederation's military might dissolve like morning mist. The nanites did more than just destroy. They sent a message. Each system failure was precise, calculated. It was a demonstration of human technological capability, a warning to any civilization that might consider attacking humanity. Research facilities across the Confederation experienced total system failures. Complex scientific equipment became nothing more than useless metal and circuits. Years of scientific research disappeared in moments, erased by microscopic machines humans had created. Senior Commander Varric realized the true extent of the disaster too late. Their entire civilization was being dismantled from within. No defense was possible. No counterattack could be organized. The Kralton were witnessing their own complete destruction. The final stages of the collapse were the most terrifying. Entire planetary systems went dark. Communication became impossible. The once powerful Kralton Confederation became nothing more than a collection of silent, dead technologies. Each nanite reported back to Earth its mission almost complete. They had done more than destroy. They had sent a message that would echo through the galaxy. Humanity was not a species to be eliminated. Humanity was a force to be respected. As the last systems failed, a single message remained, transmitted across the dying technological networks. A simple statement that explained everything. You should have left us alone. The system collapse was complete. The Kralton civilization had been erased. Humanity had spoken. The remnants of the Kralton civilization lay scattered across their former star systems. What was once a powerful and aggressive confederation now existed only as broken technology and silent memories. Earth's final message would echo through the galaxy, a warning to all who might consider attacking humanity. Captain Hyun Park stood on the observation deck of the Earth's primary space station. His eyes scanned the holographic displays showing the complete destruction of the alien civilization. It wasn't just a military victory, it was a comprehensive dismantling of an entire species' technological infrastructure. Dr. Yu Sung prepared the final broadcast. It would be transmitted across multiple frequencies, ensuring that every potential alien civilization would receive the message. The communication was simple, direct, and chillingly clear. The transmission began with precise coordinates of the Kralton's former territory. Detailed recordings showed how completely their civilization had been destroyed. Every system, every piece of technology, every potential recovery method had been systematically eliminated. "This is what happens," the message stated, "when you attack humanity without understanding who we are." Quantum communication arrays across Earth's network amplified the broadcast. It would travel through space faster than light, reaching civilizations hundreds of light years away. The message was both a warning and a demonstration of human technological capability. Commander J. Kim reviewed the final details. The broadcast included precise scientific data about how the nanite system worked. It was a subtle threat, showing potential aggressors exactly how humanity could defend itself. More than a weapon, it was a deterrent. Fragments of Dr. Elena Rodriguez's original research were included in the transmission. Her scientific work, which had initially been her death sentence, now became the foundation of humanity's most powerful message. She would be remembered as the catalyst of this extraordinary response. The holographic displays showed the complete transformation of Kralton territories. Where once stood advanced cities and powerful space stations, now only technological ruins remained. Each destroyed system told a story of human technological superiority. Earth's scientific community celebrated quietly. This wasn't just a military victory. It was a profound technological achievement. They had developed a response system that could potentially neutralize any technological threat in the universe. Political leaders from around the world gathered to watch the final transmission. Representatives from every continent understood the significance of this moment. Humanity had proven that they were not just another species to be conquered. The message contained no emotional language. It was clinical, scientific, and absolutely terrifying in its precision. Every detail was calculated to show both humanity's defensive capabilities and its technological sophistication. Quantum data packages within the transmission contained additional information. They showed how quickly humanity could develop advanced technological responses. It was a clear warning to any civilization considering aggressive action. As the final broadcast completed its transmission, a sense of quiet determination settled over Earth. They had not sought this conflict, but they had ended it completely. The message was clear. Humanity would defend itself with complete and total efficiency. Dr. Yu Sung made one final adjustment to the transmission. A small segment included the coordinates of the original Horizon Explorer's destruction. It was Kaledim, a reminder of where this journey had begun. Commander J. Kim nodded silently. The response was complete. The message was sent. Humanity had spoken. The galaxy would remember this moment, the day when a seemingly simple research vessel led to the complete destruction of an entire alien civilization. The day humanity showed that they were not just survivors, they were a force to be respected. Across space in countless star systems, alien civilizations would receive the transmission. They would study it, they would understand its implications, and they would think twice before considering humanity as a weak target. The final message was more than just a communication. It was a statement, a promise, a warning. Do not attack humanity.